Hello, Aries. Welcome to your May 2020 overview reading. This is good for you if you're a sun, moon, or rising Aries. And before we get started, take a moment to subscribe to this channel, give it a thumbs up, and check me out on Instagram if you feel called to get more content from me. If you'd like to know which decks I use, they're in the description box, and you are welcome to check out all of the ways to work with me, which are down there as well. So, let me go ahead and lay this spread out and then we will get started. Okay, let's look at your oracle cards. First thing, we have focus. Use your conviction, use your fire, use your cardinal energy, like really draw your energy back as if you have that bow and you're launching that into the world. Okay, energetically speaking, or you're launching it into the quantum, or you're launching it into the universe. I mean, whatever you gel with, because that's what you're doing. Your focus and attention are valuable. Act accordingly. We have the Mountain. This card to me reminds me of when you're staring at the mountain, it seems as though you're never going to make it or it's not going to happen. That could not be farther from the truth. This is reminding you that you will get there, you will rise to the top, you will make it happen, but you have to stay the course. Don't get discouraged by the way that it looks. It means that you need to not look 40 steps ahead, just look one step ahead and see where that takes you. And then Temper, tune the instrument, manage your emotions diligently, don't get derailed by mania, depression, or burnout. Pace yourself, trust it will come to you with right timing. Okay, that last statement is what's reminding me of the Mountain. Like you will get there. One step at a time will carry you there, but you can't throw in the towel before you even start. You can, that's your choice, but if you actually want to see stuff happen, you have to stay the course. The central energy is the Tower. Okay, let me get the crossing energy first before I speak to that. Oh, okay, we're not playing games. I see how it is. You have the Death card sitting on top of the Tower. This is exciting. I'm like, what is rocking your world right now? Because I think a lot of you are probably already feeling that something big is brewing or rumbling underneath the surface. I don't know what this is going to be, because this is breakdown, new growth, gone with the old, in with the new chapter, major reset button. Everything is getting flipped upside down. You can take this, there's always the option to collapse into yourself around this, which it's like that's fine so long as you're managing your emotions. Right? The only time we want to be conscientious of that, we always want to be conscientious of it, but it can do more harm than good when you're letting your emotions run you. Right? We want to hold space for the emotions without letting it run us. I think that's kind of like the goal of emotional processing. But you also have the opportunity to take this in stride. Like, have you lost something? Has something shifted out? Was there a rupture? Was there a big pop in your world where something was broken down, or like there was an illusion that was shattered? I'm getting that some of you might just thrive in this. You might actually be welcoming this change, and it might be a big fat reset button that you're actually looking forward to. What you have shifting out is the Six of Swords. This is struggle. Like, I'm heading towards dry land even though I don't know where I'm going, and I'm in really choppy water. So this actually looks like it's coming to a head and resolving. So in the month of May, I think the insecurity, instability. There's going to be something that transforms that, either in your internal or external world. We'll see once I get to external influences. But there's just major upheaval. And this is still you being on course. Like, okay, I'm going to keep moving, keep going, keep heading towards dry land. But the breakdown, breakthrough is what needs to happen in order for you to get to that dry land. The oncoming energy, yep, self-care. So you have the Empress. This is divine feminine, giving to yourself, allowing yourself to receive, allowing yourself to be in a receptive state, which a lot of us are learning about at this time with everything going on. Relaxing and receiving is more and more of a precious skill that is being developed and fine-tuned at this time, and I don't think you're any exception to that. This is about, in what ways have you been forcing things that have not worked? In what ways have you been pushing and fighting and scrapping that haven't been working, and letting those fall away? Now, the outward manifestation is the Six of Coins. Let me clarify this for you, because this is generosity, reciprocity, you know, balancing the scales, and there's a receiving picture in this as well, except you just want to be careful of the poverty mindset that can kind of get lit up with the Six of Coins. And we have the Three of Swords coming in to clarify. So this is looking more like the poverty or scarcity mindset of like, I'm not being rewarded, or I'm not being given XYZ, or I'm not enough, or there's no way this can happen because of these external 3D things that are in my environment. It's a lot of limitations are what's being broken down as well. And I think that sometimes when there's a huge pop environmentally, when there's a huge shift environmentally, it can light up all of those scarcity pictures, the patterns of, I'm not going to be okay, I'm not going to survive this, right? It's lighting all of that up, and from that space is where the work is done, is in the middle of that trigger. Because remember, if you're doing emotional work around this, you have to actually activate the trigger in order to work through it. That's the only way you heal the loop. Avoiding it won't work. In the subconscious, you have the Page of Coins. Is this an opportunity? This is also known as the Entrepreneur card, although not all of you are going to be entrepreneurs per se. But there's definite energy to, you're feeling the opportunities come up in the subconscious. Like they're rising to the surface. They're becoming more apparent. They're becoming more prominent. And I think that it's leading to you actually getting into the space and energy of, I'm taking aligned action on these new things, because this is new. It's not old, it's not what you've done before, it's new. So something new that you're wanting to show up for and take action on is brewing in May. You might not have clarity on it until the end of the month. We'll see. All of you are going to be experiencing the timeline differently. The advice is the Magician. You really need to connect with your internal creator if you're feeling out of whack. If you are already solid on this front, then it's just like, go into practicing this. What is the practice around this? Maybe you need to refresh a few things around this. That might also be helpful. Just check in with yourself. What are your manifestation practices? Is there something that you want to double or triple down on when it comes to manifestation? Tap into that. Take my class, go jump on that. The first module is free if you're interested. Whatever. But manifestation is the name of the game here. And the external influences, we have the Man. This is the Hierophant. Comfort and conformity. And let me clarify this one as well. Four of Knives. Is structure suffocating you? Like, have you trapped yourself in a box or something? Like, because this is actually looking like too much restriction. for you, it to the point where it might be making you kind of sleepy or feel like you need a break. Or if you've made a commitment to, I need to finish these 80 items on my to-do list each and every day, and you're like trying to show up in that energy, I actually think that it could be causing some burnout here. So you need to be careful with how much structure you have and what relationship you're having to structure in the month of May. Because in some ways, routine is liberating. In some ways, routine is suffocating. And depending on what parameters you have, if you're not willing to adjust those to meet your needs and make you feel your absolute best, then it can kind of throw things out of whack as well. Again, it's the masculine energy. You need to be careful with mishandling that. Otherwise, it leads to burnout. The hopes and fears, we have Justice. This is the Karma's a Bitch card. This is so funky because I think that there's the scarcity picture or the worthiness picture is getting lit up for you in the month of May. Like, I do all this work, why haven't I been rewarded yet? There's like some spitefulness in the fear position. In the hope position, it's also like, I've done this work, I know I'm worthy. So you might be feeling more resentful and bitter environmentally, or you might be feeling as though you're kind of excited to see what the fruits of your labor will be. Which camp are you living in? Leave it in the comments below. Let me know. Are you more on resentment side or on excitement to see what pans out for you? If you're the best case scenario is if you transition that into excitement. We want to see the excitement come first, but of course that can take practice shifting that if you're not used to it. The outcome of the month is the 3 of Wands. I'm seeing you as having new plans, new visions. There's something being updated. May is going to be a month where new downloads, new inspirations, new ideas click into place. You break down some programs of what hasn't been working. You break down some scarcity paradigms, releasing that with the 3 of Swords, and it opens you up to seeing the next stage of your journey. And it all comes back to you focusing on achieving the thing, completing the goal, making it happen, and showing up for it. Now let's look at the timeline. The first quarter of May, you have the 8 of Pentacles. There's with that hard work, but you just careful with this. For those of you who have really out of balance, or not even balance, but out of whack masculine energy, if you're running too much or not enough, like you just want to figure out where are you at. Quarter 2, we have the 9 of Wands. This is like you're moving so fast. Be careful with hiccups. I would just say that's my one word of caution, is sometimes you can start tripping over yourself. And this is where there might be the breakdown, there might be the tower happening in this first half of the month, because of course it's scary doing things in a new way if it lights up your sense of survival. So if it throws you into fight or flight, of course it's going to cause you to get knocked off balance and start stumbling. I'm getting that there's a bit too much heat in this first half of the month. There's too much pushing that happens here, and so it's highlighting, hey, you need to shift the way you're doing things. You get that memo in the first half of May. The third quarter, we have the 7 of Cups. So now, assuming that you transition out of that, you say, okay, that didn't work, that intense push didn't work. What's next? There are more options. There are more things that you can do, that you have the availability and bandwidth to do. And so you have more options as a result. Appreciate this, enjoy this, embrace this. And then the fourth quarter, wrapping up the month of May, we have the 10 of Wands. So you are just really resistant. It's like, no, I want all the work. I want the stress. I want the struggle. I want the heavy load. Be careful with that. I'm getting that this is optional. You don't actually have to do this. It's not necessary. But if you find yourself kind of getting addicted to struggle and, you know, working so hard and being in this story of it's never going to get easier, it's never going to let up, that's on top of environmental stuff you might be dealing with. Telling yourself that story of it's never going to let up, it's always going to be this stressful. It's like you get 2 doses of stress. You get the environmental stress and you get your internal chatter. You get the ego stress on top of it. You might be bombarding yourself with it. So, just saying. Just saying. You might want to audit that and tell yourself something different, or address what you're narrating to yourself. And then we are going to do a 3-card pick. You're welcome to pick a card, any card, ask for guidance, clarity, support, whatever you need. If you need more time, pause the video. Card number 1, we have the 7 of Coins, casting a wide net, connection. I'm getting that it's like, if you're needing support or if you're in need of something, look to your community. Ask lots of people, you know, like cast a wide net in your connections, you know, see what comes back. Keep going. Just keep trying to expand into that. Card number 2, we have the 10 of Cups, celebration. There's a lot of good stuff around you, a lot of reasons to celebrate and be having a good time. Enjoy this, marinate in the gratitude of whatever it is you're celebrating. I'm just getting, this can help you magnetize a lot of the other things that you have going on. So enjoy this energy. Card number 3, we have the Tower. Again, the breaking down of what isn't working in the old paradigm is you have to walk through the fire. You have to walk through the experience of I'm waking up to the things that really are not serving me, or the ways that I may have been aiming at something and now I want to pivot and let the old world die. You know, there's all of this stuff that's getting broken down, and you know, even with all of these bugs that look kind of like butterflies or moths of some sort, it's the evolution, it's the I need to turn into goo, which is what caterpillars do. You know, they turn into goo when they're inside the chrysalis, and then they become a butterfly, and so you're in goo stage. So don't judge yourself right now, just kind of lean into the skid of the transformation, and that will be your best bet. Thank you so much for joining me today, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on notifications if you want to know when I put out new readings. And don't forget to sign up for my newsletter, which is down in the description box below. You'll get a free dealing with family meditation, and you'll also get readings sent to your inbox, as well as other information on all sorts of good stuff that I put out. If you would like to know which decks I used in this reading, they're all listed in the description box. If you need to work with me, go to onyxhealing.com, and I will see you beautiful people later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.